Why? Because I need to go ahead and establish what it is that I'm going to be doing. Because most everything else is going to run off that domain controller. If I get it set up correctly initially, everything else will fall into place very smoothly. It's if that is not functioning properly that I'm going to start to run into problems. And I'm going to start to get frustrated and things like that. So I'm going to focus all my attention on getting my primary machine set up first. So, obviously my first thing I want to do my initial config on my ADD machine. Remember what that was? That was setting the computer name, that was setting IP address, setting all that stuff, right? Remember that? Those particular things? Okay. Very first thing I'm going to do. Then, once I get it initially configured, then I want to go ahead and install my roles. I would go ahead and install my roles then. And what that's going to do is establish what that machine is going to do. So if you notice, I'm doing my directory services, a DNS, and a DHCP. I now have my core networking handled by one machine. All right, then I want to complete any of my post-install tasks. So anytime you create a domain, you're going to have post-install tasks, things like that. So go ahead and complete them. At that point, you should have a functioning domain controller. Next thing I'm going to do, I would go in and configure my DHCP and activate the scope. So what that means is you're going to need to authorize the server, and then you're going to need to build and turn on the scope. Next, I'm going to configure my DNS. Create my OU structure. I create my user, computer. I guess I can put security groups up there too. Go ahead and create all those objects as well inside of there. So now what you've done is you've now populated what should be on your domain. So you've configured all your users, your computers, and all this good stuff. So it should be ready to go. Now here's where it gets optional. I'm going to write this one in optional, because you can wait to do this, You can do it now, it doesn't matter.